Hi, my name is Ann Beery, and my son John has been involved with the Corps for 4 seasons now. We joined when he was a 6th grader, and when we first went to the initial meeting, the recruitment meeting, we all were a little nervous about that because our biggest concern was the schedule. It looks really huge on paper because there are things going on every weekend, but you get to pick and choose. And so as we got into it a little bit more, and we figured it out that we didn't have to be at everything all the time, or we could get John a ride with somebody else, that fear kind of went away. The other big worry initially was the fact that the kids had to memorize music, and it was a huge challenge. And luckily, towards the end of the recruitment season, we realized we didn't have to know everything by the first day. So we kind of worked our way through the music, and that became a non-issue as well.
Concerns joining the Corps was the traveling and the staying overnight at different locations and all of our different destinations. I was worried about sleeping on the floor and gyms and churches and all that sort of thing, and thought I would not really enjoy that very much. But as it turns out, it's just lots of fun, actually. It's kind of like camping indoors and don't have to worry about the weather, and we have lots of fun. It's like one big happy family.
And I didn't know how that would all fit with the family and plans and things. And as it turns out, that it was very easy to fit these parades into a weekend, as well as fit other family plans in. And it was okay to miss a few and do my own thing and our family's own thing, and still participate in the Corps and have a fabulous time while we were doing it.
I don't think that I had any great big concerns when we joined, or of things that I thought were going to be too hard, because again, this was something we chose to do as a family. And the fact that my husband was up to doing this, he started out just being a guy who carried the musket, and then we convinced him to learn how to play the drum, and he learned how to play the drum at 42, so it can be done at any age. No, I didn't have any major concerns that we had to overcome, because we got to go and do the whole thing as a family. Therefore, I got to have the kids with me. I got to make memories with the kids, and of course, you always have the photos, right? So I didn't really have anything that I thought was a great big concern. Food never seemed to be a problem. Our kids were happy at stopping at fast food places. The Corps always provided somewhere to spend the night if you didn't want to pay the money for a hotel. And we loved camping in the churches and in the schools. And the kids have always made friends with other Corps and had a blast at any of those overnight events. I wish there were more of them.
My kids and just anybody involved in the Corps in general benefits in many ways. One being responsibility. It really teaches kids a lot of responsibility, because not only are they responsible for being at practices and being at events, and if they aren't there, they are missed, and the performance isn't going to be the same quality, but also just the responsibility of practicing their music and taking care of their uniform and their equipment, making sure that it's kept up to the standard that it should be, and that they get to each event with everything, hats and shoes and all of that. So I think it's something that will benefit them in the future as well, having to be committed to something and practice and make sure that they're prepared for the next performance.
What I personally take away from it is, what I really liked is that they let adults also be performers. You didn't just have kids and then when they graduated 18, they're out. What I took away from it is I got to learn how to do it too. I didn't learn how to play the fife till I was 41, and I had never even played a wood instrument before. So for me, I got to play. I didn't just get to go somewhere and watch the kids do their thing and just be a lump on the bleachers or just a chauffeur. so for me personally, I've had a ball. I've gotten to go to all kinds of places in the country. I've gotten to perform in unique areas. And so to me, I take away a lot of fun.
Going into the color guard is it builds leadership within the young person, and it's easy to advance the leadership, and if they're motivated enough, they will get to the top. And I think leading a group in any endeavor, a parade, a concert, down the street, whatever, is a good attribute to any young person. And my daughter excelled in it because that's something that she truly enjoyed. She enjoyed the leadership aspect, and that's a great part of why she wanted to be part of the color guard. And she was very successful.
Really a nice blend of history and music and friendship, and that, you know, if you have anybody in your family that any of those things are in interest to, that doesn't make sense, I think that they would enjoy the Corps because you know, some great friendships, I think lifelong friendships are made here, and kids get to, you know, meet people from all different age groups and interest levels and talents, and so it really kind of opens up the world to them in a way that school and other organizations don't, because in those organizations typically they're with just people their own age, and here you've got people younger all the way up to adults that they're dealing with. And so I think that that's something that, you know, is unique to this group.
The great thing about the Corps, especially if your kid's into history and has a little theatrical bent, which mine does, it's a lot of fun. And going to see all these little towns that we see throughout the summer in Michigan is great. We have been able to see a lot of the state that we otherwise would not go to. It's just been a really fun thing. And then I myself have gotten more involved with the group on the board, as well as modeling, which I said I would never do, get dressed up and go. But it's been fun. And, you know, we're so well received in all these little towns, and people love the kids and love the pageantry and love everything about it. So it's really, really been a great experience for us. We've got a couple more seasons left before John graduates from high school. And so that will be kind of a sad day for us, because this has been a really fun experience.
Corps members seem to have so much fun together. They go to schools and play cards and play games and watch movies and just have a lot of camaraderie, or they'll go to Mackinac Island and go shopping and exploring, or they'll go to the fair that belongs to the parade they're working on, or they'll go to Michigan Adventure. They've done a lot of things and had a lot of fun together, and they all get along so well most of the time, and they're just fun to be around. And it's a rewarding experience to be with these young people and young adults and get to share this experience. They go on tours across the East and West Coast and North and South, and they just have an awful lot of fun, and it's a fabulous experience.
Parents, every child in this can do something. Even if your child is only 6 years old, we'll find something for them to do in the parade. And our daughter started at 6, and she was able to march the whole parade, and there is the cuteness factor there. I'd like to see more adults get into it. If you're going to drive your kid all the way to a parade or to an event, even the women can dress like the soldiers and carry a musket. And the instructors are very willing to work with you and teach you how to play that fife or teach you how to play that drum. And it's just a whole lot more fun when you're actually participating with your kids.